This is Afro Economics with J.B. Bryan. Afro Economics is a strategic financial management program designed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Be tougher than your life is, because you have to be. I want you to be tougher than your life is. That's how we're going to reach our maximum financial success. I want you to think about multiple millions of dollars, not just $1 million, not just $1,000. We're talking about going from nothing to something. We're talking about, in my situation, going from negative to something. We've got to, in many of our situations, when you start your career negative, like with school loans and those types of things, you're going from negative nothing and you want to go to something. And the first part of changing your financial position and being tougher than your life is to decide. It's up here. Changing your mindset, developing a multi-million-dollar mindset. To become financially secure, you have to decide exactly what you want to have financially. You got to make that decision. And then the next thing I want you to do in order to be tougher than your life is, and to go from nothing to something, I want you to get rid of the poverty mindset. It's got to go. I know that most people that want to borrow money from you, they say money doesn't matter. So the next time they want to borrow money from you, you got to tell them, well, money doesn't matter. But for those of us who are making a commitment to get rid of that poverty mindset, because our kids deserve it, our families deserve it, our community deserves it, for us to go from nothing to something. Now, this is not about the people that were born into wealth. You know what it is. You have the challenge of keeping what you got. But I'm talking today specifically for those of us who started with nothing and are trying to develop into something mega, not just average. We want that serious financial success. We want to go way past financial security, and we want to go to the point where I got to do this because I need to do this for my community. I got to do this because people are depending on me. So I'm saying my third point is to treat your financial goals like your life depends on it. The world depends on it. That's how we're going to be tougher than our life is. That's how that we're going to go beyond just average financial success, because money cannot really motivate us as much as, because people will give up. Once you get to a certain level and you'll get comfortable, you'll just kind of give up if money is your pure motivation. But if your motivation is, I got to do this because people are depending on me. The world needs this product or service that I have. The world needs me to make a commitment to being tougher than my life is because I got to take this to the next level. Then you will sustain. You will outdo any challenge that comes your way, because you've made a commitment that I have to treat my financial goals like someone else's life depends on it as well as mine. And then we want to be tougher than our life is, and we want to be aware and beware of dream killers, right? We want to surround ourselves with like-minded people. That's how we're going to be tougher than our life is. That's how we're going to get through these obstacles in life, because we're going to surround ourselves with people that also want to go from nothing to something. Now, everybody around you doesn't have to be a multimillionaire for you to become a multimillionaire, but they have to be like-minded. They have to be not the type of person who says, well, getting up, taking it to the next level, trying to be creative and creating different things and making a difference in the community and volunteering your time. The people that don't appreciate your commitment to the success of the world and pulling up other people and working your life to the maximum, whatever your life's idea of being tougher than your life is, if they're not of that mindset, you cannot afford to spend your time with with them, which is my next point. You have to value your time. Time is priceless to those who want to go from nothing to something. You know that time supersedes any amount of money, that your time is so valuable that you spend it always being productive. You spend it doing things that are going to create that which you desire the most. Your time is irreplaceable. You'll never get back your time. And we really don't spend enough time thinking about the value of time. We just sit there, and too often we waste it and then wonder why you haven't reached the financial goals that you desire. Well, it's because we have to learn to maximize our time and use it towards our goal of financial security, success, multi-million dollars, building the business. You have to spend your time productively. Now, investing your time wisely. And I'm not saying that you don't spend time with your family, because having a successful family and a successful family life is part of having this ultimate level of wealth and success, because it is extremely expensive. And contrary to your goal of going from nothing to something, if you have to go through a divorce. So you want to make the investment of making sure that your family is happy if you have a family. You want to make the investment in your children and spend your time wisely with them. But what happens is a lot of times you work, then you have fun, and you forget that there's children that need you to invest this value system that you have into them. So you see these successful people who have children that are lost. That means that they did not invest their time into their children so that their children learn their value. When my child was born, I developed a nursery in my business so that I could spend my time other than with clients with my child. I knew that as an entrepreneur that I would have to make sure that my child got to know me, not just that my mother works. My child was there with me every day until they forced me. The nanny forced me to allow her to go to preschool so that she would be around other children. I said, oh, she just needs me. But I'm telling you that has impacted my child, now 15, that investment of my time with her. Now we still are bonded and we are a team. She understands what I do for a living. She understands that I'm building her future. So we invest our time wisely if you want to get to that next level, because my business depends on her being the best that she can be. Now, let's also stop spending your money and start investing your money. Now, that's to go from nothing to something, every dollar that we spend has to be an investment. Recording this is an investment. Taking the time and investing my money and having a good recording for you is taking my money and investing it versus just spending money on a purse or spending money on a luxury car or just spending. See, your multimillionaires, they spend their money on vehicles that create money for them. People that just want to make money buy vehicles that based on comfort and how they look in it and things like that. But the multimillionaire says, I need a vehicle to take equipment, to build my business, to that can do things that I need to do to create income, so the IRS helps them buy that vehicle. But when you just buy a vehicle because you want to look nice, well, the Internal Revenue Service says, no, that's just spending. But when you're investing, you get to reduce it as a business expense. So we need to realize that the tax situation does not help people who just spend. It helps people who invest. So think about that. You don't want to just spend your money. You want to invest your money. Be very wise on what you spend your money on. Even if you're looking at a property, you see people who will buy a duplex so that they can rent out the home next to them, so that home next to them pays the mortgage and they get to basically live there for free. Or they rent rooms in their home. They are looking at the money that they're spending on their mortgage as an investment. And they get the advantage of being an investor than just a person who's spending. When you see a superstar and they have an airplane, they're buying an airplane so they can do more shows, so they can get to where they're going faster and work harder, not so that they can flex and we can look at them walking off the airplane. That's not what it's about. And the expense is what? Tax deductible, because it is a transportation vehicle for work. So let's think. And then a final point is do you want to go from nothing to something? Well, you want to develop multiple levels of income, multiple forms of income. You'll see that your mega multiple millionaire dollar people have multiple businesses, multiple sources of income for the business. Or even if you work somewhere, you can also have rental property. And then you have your 401k portfolio. And then you have maybe a business, a hobby that you've turned into another form of income for you. So we have to realize that you want to build multiple forms of income. Look at the people that you view as financially successful. And if you ask them, they will most likely tell you that they have multiple sources of income. Even if they're a physician, they will tell you about other things that they're doing to create other forms of income. Amazingly, though, we think that we think that it's easy for them and that just happened from doing this one thing. And that's not true. Even your superstars, you'll see they have clothes. They have a clothing line. They may have sneakers. That's a professional basketball player. Those are multiple forms of income. They might do a movie. They might do speaking engagements. Think about it. And that could be you. So let's be tougher than our life is. And that's Afro Economics. And I'm J.B. Bryan. Remember to hashtag Afro Economics. Today's podcast was powered by J.B. Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of Afro Economics in Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and New York.